I just added 4 different minigames to my game Gridle. Gridle is an idle RPG where you upgrade, support, and manage a party to fight enemies for you. Spend gold and XP to boost stats, unlock powerful skills, and eventually rebirth to gain permanent knowledge upgrades. Each rebirth unlocks new systems like minigames, support classes, time warping, auto-casting, and much more. If you like idle games with depth, then check out Gridle on Steam. The link is in the description. Each minigame is tied to one of the 4 party classes: Knight, Archer, Mage, and Miner. They're unlocked once you've applied at least one party orb to your corresponding class. Knight minigame. The first minigame I created was for the Knight class. It's a simple platformer where you fight enemies using knockback mechanics to push each other off the stage. And I must say, this one turned out really fun. Oh! What? I started by setting up a basic movement script along with a game manager to handle the minigame logic. From there, I added enemies with a simple health system and targeting behavior. Once the core mechanics were in place, I worked on the reward system, which gives rewards based on your performance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes! There we go. After that, I added some juice, like sound effects, VFX, and impact frames. That makes this already like 10 times better. It's so great. And finally, I expanded the platformer map to make it feel more complete. Miner minigame. Next up was the minigame for the Miner class. A side-scrolling cave exploration game where you mine rare ores while navigating narrow tunnels. I began by copying the movement and camera setup from the platformer. Then I created a game manager to track the ores that you mine. I added the ores themselves, each with its own health, and set up a simple mining system, where the player sends a raycast towards the mouse and damages any ore it hits. To make it more dynamic, I built a full cave system and defined spawn points. Then I created a spawn manager that places ores at random positions every few seconds, along with some initial spawns at the start. After that, I implemented the ore display UI and a time limit. I reused the reward panel from the Knight minigame to keep things consistent. Finally, I added some polish with particles, animations, and sound effects. Mage minigame. For the Mage class, I was inspired by classic arcade puzzle games like Tetris, but I added a twist. Instead of using many block types, there are only a few, and you get a big point bonus if you clear a line that matches a specific color distribution. I started with a simple eye block and a manager that handles the current falling block. Then I implemented stop checks so that blocks, actually stop when they hit something. I also added basic logic to clear full lines. Yeah, great. So that worked fine. Once the core was done, I added a few more block types. I also wanted the player to have a clear goal, so I introduced a goal line system that I mentioned earlier. A line with a specific color pattern you need to match to earn bonus points. I made this using a scriptable object to define the requirements and randomize the goal each time the player achieved it. Finally, I added score tracking, a time limit, and hooked up the reward panel like in the other minigames. Archer minigame. Last, and quite honestly least, I made the minigame for the Archer class. A quick reflex game where targets jump up and fall back down, and your job is to click them before they disappear. I started by creating a simple scene and a basic target that gives you points when clicked, as well as an evil target that subtracts points. Then, I set up a spawn manager to randomly place targets along the x-axis. Yes, let's hide our background, and yes, they start spawning. Once spawning was in place, I used Lean Tween to animate the targets popping up and falling back down. I wrapped it all up with a score display, time limit, and the same reward pop-up used in the other 3 minigames. That's it for this update. I had a lot of fun putting these minigames together, and I hope you'll enjoy playing them as much as I enjoyed making them. If you haven't already, consider wishlisting Gridle on Steam. It really helps a ton. I also stream game dev 3 times a week, so if you want to come hang out, see Gridle come together in real time, or just chat about indie dev stuff, feel free to stop by. And of course, if you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and maybe even drop a comment. It helps more than you know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.